everybody, welcome back to the Free Assange Vigil. Quick show note, we're all tired and emotionally exhausted. So there may be some cynical ranting, bitching, and we may wrap in an hour. I don't know. I'm pretty tired. I feel like I could go to sleep right here, right now. So just a heads up on that. Before we jump into the garbage ass ruling from today, I'm going to go over the numbers for you guys real quick. So 4,014 days of illegal and arbitrary detention for Julian Assange. 978 days since the WikiLeaks founder was trafficked from the Ecuadorian embassy after being sold to the US and the UK for a $4.2 billion loan from the IMF to Ecuador. 339 days since Judge Vanessa Breitzer's January 6, 2021 ruling denying Julian Assange bail, despite the fact that she just ruled against extradition on January 4th. 1,569 days of inhumane pretrial detention for alleged Vault 7 whistleblower Joshua Schultz. At least 1,163 of those days have been spent in special administrative measures, which has been since October of 2018. 977 days since the political persecution of Ola Beni by the Ecuadorian government. 188 days since Commander X was illegally taken from Mexico and rendition to the United States. Next court date is on January 11th. Glory and Steve can update you guys on that event. There's going to be an event outside the courthouse. Then they can update you on that later. 137 days since Daniel Hale pled guilty to a single Espionage Act charge. 53 days since he was transferred to a communications management unit in the United States Penitentiary, Marion in Southern Illinois. 74 days of detention have been served. Oh, Stephen Donziger is out today. I think he was released today. You're muted, Andrew.
I didn't know that.
I think was he released today or yesterday? I think yesterday. I don't know. I'm so tired. I don't know. I think it might have been yesterday.
It was yesterday, and he was released to his home.
Right. He's still on home confinement for the remainder of his sentence, but he is home at least.
There's a big qualifier on that.
But he's still home. I'll take it. 10 days since Craig Murray was released from HMP in Edinburgh. 17 days since whistleblower Reality Winner was moved to parole after over 4 years of incarceration. 639 days of freedom for Chelsea Manning, who is on Twitch regularly at twitch.tv/xychelsea87, and 288 days of freedom for Jeremy Hammond. Oh, it's a lot of numbers. And there's more we could add, but like we say every week, it's just so long that, adding any more, I just don't even know. But there are definitely other people that we could add to that list, unfortunately. So how are you guys feeling now that you've had, some time to process what happened today?
I hope the chat caught the look exchange that me and Steve had when you were reaching the end of those numbers.
Stay synergy there.
And I'm not going to elaborate it on anymore, but just know that the look came right around when you said Chelsea Manning.
Oh, right. Well, we're still going to say her numbers.
We're still going to say synergistic moment. It was. No. It's one of those things like,
I get it.
Misty.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I totally took a lot of shit for being vocal about that. So, yeah, I get it. Anyway, so Julian Assange is back in Belmarsh. Here we go again.
His attorneys immediately released a statement saying that they were filing an appeal. The High Court has 14 days to respond. The High Court has 14 days to receive it, after which there will be a response period. The respondent, ultimately, Home Secretary Priti Patel, the points that are being appealed are limited. Misty, I don't know how many hours ago that was.
A while. 15-ish.
Was like, this shouldn't be taking place in the first place, and you're right. I don't know. I saw Loria do a very good breakdown of this, looking rather like mid 15th century Spanish pirate. about it.
If we wanna
I
go
haven't-
through the
Good
live
look.
article, I
It
got
is.
it
It's a
Yeah.
good look.
clipped out.
I haven't
What,
watched
Andrew?
it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if we want to dig through the CN Live article, like, because it basically just pulled out a highlight of each of the different things that the court accepted or turned in favor of the U.S. If you want to go through it, we could.
Yeah, I know Medhurst was live too, talking about it, and
Mhm.
I haven't been able to watch either of the two streams I mentioned, but I know Deepa went
Mhm.
on with Lubers.
That freaking Deepa hog.
Much
We're
love,
having
Deepa.
words. We're
I
having
love Deepa.
I know you're watching. Pop in, by the way. Get in the van, hippie.
He's probably sleeping.
I would like to be sleeping. I'm tired. So very tired.
I'll throw him the link and say Steve wants to fight you for Deepa. How about that?
I'll throw down right now.
I'll throw down in that. I'll take you both on, fuckers.
Now. Let's dance.
I love me some
He's
Deepa.
not even watching.
Well,
Ain't
maybe he'll see this
Andrew.
later. I'll fuck you up, Lubers.
Why can't I find an invite thing? for
We're
StreamYard?
just copy the link.
Oh, I was thinking that there was like a specific invite function. I'm all over the place.
There might be. I don't know.
I think there is if you have managerial functions.
Here, I can send you one.
It's okay. You know what? Send me one.
I'm gonna put it in the private chat. There you go.
I don't think it'd go to the YouTube chat anyways, because I put it. Well, chat apparently like the YouTube channel has two feeds, both of this exact stream.
I fixed it.
Okay, good. Just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
I'm messing up Misty's Tech Ninja flow. I have the article. in
Come
the
on,
shade.
man.
Sorry.
The fuck? It's hard enough for me to do this shit without you like sabotaging me behind my back. Bastard. All right, Andrew, let's bring up the CN article. We'll go through it.
So, Lord Justice Timothy Holroyd, who read the court's summary decision in 9 minutes today, said the order by a lower court to discharge Assange was overturned, and that he was to remain a remand prisoner. Holroyd said that the High Court had accepted the U.S. assurances that Assange would not be kept in harsh prison conditions in the U.S. He called them solemn undertakings from one government to another. The High Court was satisfied, Holroyd said, that Assange would not be held under special administrative measures or sent to ADX Florence, the Supermax security prison in Colorado, that Assange would receive adequate medical treatment while incarcerated, and that he would serve his post-trial and post-appeal sentencing in his native Australia. The court rejected various criticisms argued on Assange's behalf that the assurances were not sufficient.
That's Andrew's new puppy dog. Poopy dog.
So are we honestly supposed to believe, like, or not believe, because we're not. Is anyone legitimately pretending that the solemn assurances that they refer to aren't the solemn assurances between two Five Eyes nations to collaborate to make sure anyone who dares report on the crime of empire is sufficiently taken away from society so that we can further streamline the narrative? Like, is anybody trying to... Because, look, man, there are people who go and speak out on Julian Assange's behalf who are still slow walking all of this.
Yes.
And it's really weird that you would slow walk it when the official ruling grants the extradition to the United States of America of an Australian citizen who has a publication registered in Iceland to be sent to, okay, maybe not ADX Supermax. Maybe we'll put him in a totally different prison. Maybe not under special administrative measures. Maybe it'll be a CMU or administrative segregation or some other freaking acronym that we come up with that essentially means torture.
Yeah.
That is essentially what happened today. There will be an appeals process, maybe. There will be, this is not by any stretch of the imagination over. However, for all intents and purposes, if they wanted to put him on a plane tomorrow, they could try to find a legal justification to do that.
Well, because that was what we were talking about back leading up into January, was the idea that they were going to fast track it. So that's something that I was thinking about earlier today too, is the fact that they can, in a matter of a few days,
they can rubber stamp this pretty quickly.
Appeals.
Yeah, there's no way that they would have. That the Rona made sure that his appeal process and hearing did not get fast tracked on the off chance that all hell broke loose and they had to let him go.
Yeah.
The last 20 months without WikiLeaks at full strength during all of this mayhem.
Yeah. And Melinda, we don't believe the promises from the United States.
All of the whistleblowers that have come forward in the last 2-3 years. You know, but no matter what their profession, no matter what we're talking about, you know, anyone with information that contradicts the official narrative, no matter what that narrative is, that comes forward with direct evidence showing that crimes have been committed or gross negligence has been committed or fraud or abuse of any kind, immediate ostracization. I was having a conversation earlier today. We keep coming back to the 10 stages of genocide and the othering of people. Well, if you are being othered right now, you're on the right side of history. The people that are on the right side of history are the people that are being fucking traumatized right now and made to feel crazy for looking out their window and describing what they see and not taking directions from the state on everything, regardless of what it is.
Yeah. Melinda, we don't believe the promises from the United States. We don't. And neither does the UK court system either. That's just a very convenient thing for them to use.
Well, I mean,
but they gave us assurances.
I know, but like, especially the way they worded it, like you almost could believe it. Be like, oh yeah, they're not going to put them in Sam's or ADX Florence. They're just
right, because in the first
there's
place,
like, it's the
when
U.S.
he gets
prison
extradited, he's going to the Alexandria Detention Center.
Yeah, Kathy Vogan sent me
until his entire freaking extradition hearing process is over. He will spend that entire time in ADC, Virginia. What they're saying about ADX Florence, that is after the fact.
Yeah, this is Kathy Vogan sent me this today after the hearing. UK just agreed to USA assurance that there would be no pretrial detention for Assange at ADX Colorado, which is a post-conviction establishment. The court was warned to be careful of the wording, but the defense has laid this deception bare. What's wrong with this picture? So this is the assurance given to the UK by the US. The United States undertakes that pre-trial, Mr. Assange will not be held at the United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum Facility, ADX, in Florence, Colorado. And that's duh, it's a post-conviction facility. It's not a pretrial facility. So the way that they worded that makes it very clear that that's ridiculous. And then also, if you just continue reading this out, if he is convicted and sentenced to a term of imprisonment, Mr. Assange will not be held at the ADX, save that the United States retains the power to designate Mr. Assange to ADX in the event that after entry of this assurance, he was to commit any future act that then meant he met the test for such designation. So that means if he coughs wrong and they decide that that's a national security threat, they can then change their mind and put him in ADX Florence at a later date. So they've given themselves a loophole in the assurances that they presented to the court.
Oh, yeah. It's the U.S. prison system. There's 50,000 ways they can torture someone without putting them in special administrative measures or ADX Florence.
Yeah.
Or even ADC Virginia.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, you want to keep going through you want me to read some or?
Yeah, if you want to pick this one.
Okay. The High Court rejected ground 3 of the U.S. appeal that the testimony of defense witness Professor Michael Kopelman should not be given any weight because in his first report, hold on, I can't read that very well because it's very fuzzy on my screen. I'm going to pull it up on my phone so I can see it better. I'm old and I need new glasses.
Do you want me to read it?
If you want to, go ahead.
Okay, where were you? I'll just start over.
Okay.
The High Court rejected ground 3 of the U.S. appeal that the testimony of defense witness Professor Michael Kopelman should not be given any weight because in his first report to the lower court, he concealed the relationship Assange had with Stella Morris and their 2 children for understandable reasons. Baratzer had ruled that while he misled the court, it was humanly understandable given the risk to Morris and the children. No shit. Those risks came from CIA contractor UC Global, which was spying on Assange and all of his on Assange and all of his visitors at the Ecuadorian embassy in London, including Morris and Assange's lawyers and doctors. The High Court made no mention of this, but concluded. No, I'm not going to do the pretentious British voice. It is submitted that the judge, who had of course seen and heard all the evidence and was well aware of the criticisms made in the cross-examination of Professor Kopelman, accepted that he had made 2 misleading statements in his first report, but concluded nonetheless that his expert opinion was impartial and reliable. She was entitled to come to that conclusion, and there is no basis on which this court can go behind it.
So that was one of the wins that Craig Murray had talked about. But I don't really see that as inherently a win because they don't. Later on, I think it's like 2 slides away, they talk about how the CIA wasn't even mentioned at all. How they made these statements about what Kopelman did was cool. Like, we're not even going to talk about that. Like, on to the next thing.
Yeah. What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
The justice that just got exposed by Declassified UK for having
shout out to Mark Curtis and Matt Kennard. Great work.
With the UK minister who orchestrated all of Assange's persecution going back a decade on the UK side.
You mean, quote unquote, Prime Minister?
The Prime Minister!
He called me judge and I called him Prime Minister.
Judge!
I still want a commemorative plate from the gift shop, from the Palace gift shop. I really
we went
do.
Through Operation Pelican again.
And they gave Moreno a commemorative plate from the Palace gift shop.
Yeah.
That was some wild shit, boy.
I want one, Steve. Poikinen, get me a plate. I want a plate,
like
you guys.
50 pounds. That's probably like $300, but
a porcelain plate.
I know, it's so fancy.
Buckingham Palace gift shop.
The gift shop. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's going the extra mile, dude. When you are that high up in the UK government, to not have a connection to, I don't know, older and more meaningful, servingware.
At least something that's not like readily available to any schmuck who goes on a tourist extravaganza to the palace.
Any fucking fat piece of shit from Des Moines can buy that thing. And no, I mean, and that's what you give as a gift, you stingy bastard.
Right. Well, I mean, he did get $4.2 billion in an IMF loan too.
There was that.
There was that.
That was a bribe.
Yeah.
He's still deposed from power, by the way. I don't know if he was,
I
but
haven't
the
been
last
following
I
it.
knew of the
I haven't
story
had
was that he
time.
had been removed and given power over to the vice president.
Who? Moreno?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't been following it, Andrew. I should be, but I just haven't had the
Fuck
time.
you. Se come mierda. Fuck. Like.
Yeah, Moreno's like a scumbag of the highest order.
Not the
it would be like if Juan Guaido had like actually won the election.
Right. By the way, Chicho's in the chat, and I love Chicho. Hi, Chicho.
At least
and by the way, name. Juan Guaido, they came out that the whole like over 50 nations support Juan or recognize one. It's 16. There are only 16 that actually recognize Juan Guaido as Venezuela's president. Yeah.
Way to go, Juan. You're really doing great things, buddy.
Yeah, go try to climb over a fence again, bro.
Killing
Fuck that guy.
Stand in front of a green screen and chroma key a crowd into it again.
Lawnmower.
Ay, mira mi support. Ah, shit, wait. Chroma key, guys.
Okay, who's gonna read this? Because Andrew, I don't have that in my stuff on Element.
All right.
Despite I do.
The ruling, High Court made clear that it based its entire decision to quash Assange's discharge on accepting the U.S. assurances. It accepted the U.S. contention that, quote, the risk that Mr. Assange would be made subject to SAMs and or would be detained at the ADX was not front and center of the opinions of both defense witnesses, Professor Michael Kupferman and Dr. Quinton Daly, and was the basis of the judge's decision that extradition would be oppressive. Once that risk is removed by the assurances, the judge would have reached a different decision. The court added, given the emphasis which the judge placed on the harshest SAMS regime, and given that the evidence of Professor Kopelman and Dr. Daly of the risk of suicide was premised on Mr. Assange being held under harsh conditions in isolation, we are unable to accept the submission that the judge's conclusion would have been the same if she had not found a real risk of detention in those conditions. In other words, the High Court accepted that it would be Assange's prison conditions that were the key factor to his risk of suicide, and that once the U.S. assurance removed that factor, Assange should be extradited.
Like Glory already said, just like a regular ass prison in the United States is torture enough. This is a man who's been subjected to over a decade of psychological torture. I don't think he's going to last much longer given where he's at now. This is a joke. And that's not even to mention the fact that your assurances mean precisely dick. These are the same people who were just called out for plotting to kidnap or murder him. And you're going to accept their assurances at face value? That is fucking ridiculous. I mean, that is just anybody that is buying into that is an idiot. There's absolutely no way that the U.S. can be trusted on, I think it was John Reese said that they're not worth the paper they're printed on. It's a joke. This is a joke. It's a farce. Of course, they're going to go back on all of this stuff. Of course, he's going to be, if he's not held in ADX Florence, he'll be held in some other bullshit CMU or whatever. They'll just call it something else. It'll be the same exact shit, maybe worse, just with a different name.
But Misty, if you don't trust the CIA,
oh god damn it! I saw it coming.
I love how you knew what I was gonna say. I love how you knew what I was gonna say. Should I pull up the tweet first, or should I?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
What tweet are we pulling up? Oh, the trusting the CIA guy? Who the fuck is that guy? I've never heard of him. And then all of a sudden he's all over everywhere. Like, we should trust the CIA. You are a fucking turd. He's got to be a plant, right? Like, he's got to be.
So apparently he used to be a right winger.
Oh, okay. This makes it okay.
and made his
So he's a
channel
bootlicker
about him
already.
getting his ass handed to him in debates from the conservative side, and then
So is he
found
like pretending to
all
be
of the-
left now?
No. I found all of this out against my will yesterday, so now you have to know.
All right, guys, we're gonna.
Hang on, let me get to it real quick. He got
just saying we're gonna
married,
add some
and
levity
his
to it.
wife turned him into a shit lib, according to the lore. Now, I don't know who this person is, nor do I know how old the guy who played McLovin really is. I'm not saying that's the bastard son of McLovin. I'm saying it would be hard to convince me otherwise.
Right.
All right. So to add some levity to this dark situation,
your argument is here just because they.
Honestly, I don't even know how to have a conversation with you because you live in a fantasy world. Like I don't.
It's really quiet.
It is really quiet, Glory.
Imagine having to come here and explain to you.
Give me
hey,
a sec.
The CIA.
Oh yeah, that's why. Okay.
Your argument is here just because they.
Honestly, I don't even know how to have a conversation with you because you live in a fantasy world. Like I just didn't imagine having to come here and explain to you, hey, the CIA is nefarious. Like literally the same intelligence community that was responsible for the overthrowing multiple.
If you don't trust the CIA, then who do you trust? If you don't trust like our intelligence systems, then who do you trust?
Are you serious? Do you genuinely
That's so
trust
funny
the CIA?
shit.
I'm asking you who you trust.
75%.
Do you trust them? Do you trust them 50%?
Why the fuck would I trust the CIA?
Well, you said
I
it's.
am a black man in America.
What does that have to do with anything? What?
Oh my god, this dude is so dumb.
Oh my god.
Wait,
I'm gonna
so
have an
if you
aneurysm.
don't trust the CIA or you don't trust like our institutions, then what do you trust?
Oh my
do
god,
you
this
trust?
I have to
kid.
sample
He
this. I have
can't
to
be for
sample this
real.
guy.
Primary sources, and I.
Is the CIA not
Yes,
ever
Jesse.
a primary source?
Yes,
Do you think
Jesse.
maybe the CIA has access to
Oh my
information that we as the like regular
Oh my
public
God.
doesn't?
Lie
Oh.
for a living, Hunter. I don't know how else can I explain this to you. They lie for a living.
God,
I just don't think you
sampler.
realize how
Lying on a
silly
regular-
you sound when you say
I'm
I don't
sampling
trust
this
the CIA. I just
Oh
trust
my
hard
God.
data.
I
Like,
sound
how do you know? How do you find that? How do you go about like
Holy shit.
how?
Bro,
If you don't trust
you
our
mean the same
institutions,
CIA
then who the
that's like
fuck do you
Gaddafi was killing
trust?
his own people? Hold on. The same CIA that's like Gaddafi was killing his
What the fuck did I just
No.
watch? What did I just watch, you guys? I hadn't
All right,
watched that
I got
yet.
my sampler
saw...
ready. I'm doing some
Yeah,
sampling
please,
tonight.
please,
Jesus
you need to
Christ.
sample that. You need
Oh
to.
my god.
That is
Play that again.
the
Like,
most
because
ridiculous
fucking
things I've
debate,
ever
people-
heard in my life.
You want me to play it again? You want me to play it again?
Yes, because I need
So
to laugh again.
not only that, but like I want everyone to be comfortable with risking the copyright claim for immediately pulling up Immortal Technique and R.A. the Rugged Man's Who Do We Trust? Because that samples Mike Pompeo saying I was the director of the CIA. We lied, we stole,
Mhm.
we had whole manuals on it. It reminds me of the glory of the American.
Does he not know anything
Government.
about the CIA? Like, does he not? He can't. He
Jesus
can't. He
Christ.
can't possibly know anything.
All right, guys.
I am.
Round two.
Oh boy.
Your argument is here just
Hunter,
because they.
Honestly, I don't even know how to have a
Nico.
conversation with you because you live in a fantasy world. Like I just didn't imagine having to come here and explain to you, hey, the CIA is nefarious. Like literally the same intelligence community that was responsible for the overthrowing multiple.
If you don't trust the CIA, then who do you trust? If you don't trust like our intelligence
I
systems,
need that on
then
a
who do you
shirt.
trust?
Seriously, do you genuinely trust the CIA?
I'm asking you who you trust.
75%.
Do you trust them? Do you trust them 50%?
Why the fuck would I trust the CIA?
Well, you said
I
it's.
am a black man in America.
What does
And
that
he
have to
doesn't
do
know
with
why that
anything?
matters.
What?
He doesn't even know why
The
that
CIA,
matters.
bro. I'm
Wow.
Wait, so if you don't trust the CIA or you don't trust like our institutions, then what do you trust?
Our institutions.
trust?
I love it. Oh god, he's so proud of it.
primary sources, and I
Is the CIA not ever a primary source? Do you think maybe the CIA has access to
Oh,
information that we as the like regular public doesn't?
lies for a living, Hunter. I don't know how else can I explain this to you. They lie for a living.
I just
They
don't
get
think
caught
you realize
lying
how
on a
silly
regular-
you sound when you say I don't trust the CIA. I just trust hard
I
data.
sound
Like, how do you know? How do you find that? How do you go about like?
Holy shit.
How,
Bro,
if you don't trust
You
our
mean the same
institutions,
CIA
then who
that
the
said
fuck do you
Gaddafi was killing
trust?
his own people? Hold on. The same CIA that said Gaddafi was killing his
So
Look,
he's like what,
if
17,
you
16,
don't-
17,
if
like
you
right?
don't trust the people breaking into your house to kidnap your children and eat them party, who can you
trust, you guys? If you don't
There it
trust the
is.
pedophile to babysit your child, who can you trust?
If you
There it is.
don't trust the
We got it.
starving wolf party to guard and protect you and your family, can you?
If you don't trust the arsonist with a match, who do you trust?
Let me pitch it down a little bit, make it ominous.
You know who really knows their business? An alcoholic.
There we go.
So definitely.
I can't believe that's real, honestly. Are you sure he's not like punking us? That's not like a troll. Okay, so he used to be a right winger. Okay, right. And so what'd you say? His wife turned him into a shit lib?
His wife, that this is according to the lore. Again, I did not want to learn this.
This is canon, you guys.
But who is he? Where did he come from? Has he always had a show?
Again,
I
to
don't
me
know.
that is not the bastard son of McLovin. I am sure
How old
that
is he?
where he came from.
Misty,
I don't-
you're
I don't
asking questions that we don't know the answer to.
You're
He's
asking
25.
questions nobody cares about.
I
Nobody
do. I
fuck.
do. That's fucking fascinating to me. That shit's how can you be that stupid? Seriously.
You
how
know
can you be that stupid?
Because you watch TYT or you watch Dave Rubin or you
Yeah,
watch fucking
that's
that's
fair.
like your exposure to media, and then your limited hangout, like more independent media, is watching some other dipshit with a fucking video game channel who spouts off CIA narratives for fucking tips. Like that's, and so you mimic that because you think that's reality, and you think anybody else with an opinion different than you is an absolute fucking moron who doesn't deserve to breathe. And that's how you walk
tweeted
around
out,
for like, what, a decade maybe? Some people do that for the rest of their fucking lives.
he tweeted an hour ago, "You can cry, cope, and seethe, but I will not back down from my CIA take. Why? To put it simply, I am correct. No, you're fucking nuts. You absolute douche nozzle. Are you joking?"
All right. I feel like we should.
Oh no, that he's just looking for a sponsorship at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Did
a
he
fucking
tag him?
that's a flag.
Did he tag like
No.
CIA?
Oh, all right, he doesn't have to. You don't have to at that
No.
point. Like, that kid's been getting dragged like Michael Tracy on a really needy day. For oh man, the better part of 30 hours. Steve's fired up today, okay?
I was fired up earlier. Now I'm just drained.
Neither the words CIA nor Central Intelligence Agency appear anywhere in the High Court's decision, even though Morris safely was at risk because of the CIA, and more significantly, because the CIA had seriously considered kidnapping or killing Assange while he was in the embassy. This plot was submitted as evidence in Assange's September 2020 extradition hearing, and in much greater detail at the High Court's hearing at the end of October. While Assange's lawyer, Mark Summers, QC, referred to the Yahoo News article about the CIA plot, he argued that Assange could not be extradited to the state whose intelligence services had discussed a plot to kill him. At his conclusion, Summers recommended that the two High Court judges read the Yahoo News report. If they did, they clearly ignored it. In fact, it rejected a new submission by the Assange team that the U.S. had committed an abuse of process because the USA was prompted by ulterior motives. The High Court said District Judge Vanessa Breitzer was satisfied that the federal prosecutors who brought the charges against Mr. Assange acted in good faith.
Ay, coño. Holy shit. Good faith. Good faith. Good faith. Imagine being such a clown that you include the word prosecutors in good faith
Mm-hmm.
You don't trust the CIA,
in
Glory?
the same sentence.
Damn, I should have had it queued up.
You don't trust our institutions?
I don't even put most lawyers in good faith.
No.
Never mind fucking prosecutors.
No. Y'all, apparently Hassan Piker, somebody asked him why he wasn't talking about Julian Assange, and he apparently told his supporters to go hang out with fascists, and this is not the Jimmy Dore stream. What an absolute scumbag.
Fuck you.
Such a douche canoe. Seriously, he's a fucking meathead loser. Oh, God. Disturbing. I don't know why he has such a huge following.
Because he talks to 16-year-old girls.
Yeah.
He talks
Well,
to
and
16-year-old
like
girls.
college frat
He
boys.
talks to, well, yeah. Probably some thirsty gay dudes. Probably fucking some fucking
Middle-aged wine
like,
moms.
angry fucking frat boys. Like, I'm sure, but I mean, there's a lot of people clearly that are watching that guy and paying that guy money for his absolute shit takes.
Ugh.
You know, and none of them have a fucking thing in the world to worry about.
Yeah.
None of them have a fucking concern. Almost all of them are probably still on their parents' insurance for everything.
Yeah.
Everything. That's
I'm
who
still
they're
on
on.
my
But that's what I'm
parents'
saying.
insurance.
You're 21, Glory Jones.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm really
Did I
out
just
of
walk
Fox.
up and fucking shit in your cereal, Glory
You
Jones?
did.
Come on. Come on.
How are
My
you
point-
today, Duffy?
Sorry.
My
We're all
point
cracking up. We're cracking up a little bit here, you guys. This
Sorry.
is what
that-
happens when we're
But
tired.
no,
We
I-
have to. We have
We
to.
have
Go
to.
on- These are
I've
the
been
people
drinking,
that go
too.
on to become that dude.
Good for you.
These
I
are the
shouldn't be
people
operating a
that go
live stream right now.
on to Destiny. These are the people that go on to become Ben Shapiro and shit
Yeah.
like that, because that's their foundation for where they get their political worldview. What I'm saying is we need to take our propaganda campaign to the middle schools.
Yeah.
I like it.
I really want to go do something on
You
Ohio
can
State's
kick open
campus.
The door to a 6th or 7th grade class. Buck, motherfucker.
We got to get the Roblox crew. Let's get the Roblox kids. I'll go play some Roblox. I don't know what the games are. My kid plays them, but I don't.
That's what
I'll
me
go-
and Johnny
I'll go
would
play
do.
and
We'd
just put
play-
like spam some free Assange in the chats.
That's what me and Johnny were doing for a bit. We play Slither.io, and then our names would be like Free Julian Assange, Free Commander X, Free
Yeah,
Palestine.
I'll go do that.
And like,
I mean, it'll
our
give me an excuse
snakes
to
would
hang out
get,
with my
like, super
kid.
huge and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll give me an excuse to hang out with my kid. I can play games with her, and then I'll spam some free Assange shit. I'm into it. Let's go. I'll do just about anything, y'all. I got no shame.
I'll make a Tic Tac. Whatever.
A Tic Tac. Oh goodness. All this newfangled technology. Goodness. Such a boomer. Sound like pasta.
I can't find the article about it, but what the fuck was the article about the judge meeting with the group?
Oh,
What
that's
circle?
Declassified UK. I can pull it up.
Oh, yeah.
Declassified UK.
But can we just comment on the amazingness that was Shane Stranahan calling me Mindy on Fault Lines this morning? That was
Yep.
I almost lost it. I was like on a roll. I'm like on a roll on my Assange stuff, and then he said Mindy, and I'm like, you just call me Mindy. I
I
almost
think
cried.
the funniest part was like the first or second time I went on Fault Lines, they thought that Slow News Day was solely comprised of me and Misty. So I had to be like, actually,
Yeah.
I'm co-host with Steve Poikinen.
Oh no.
Let's see.
He knew.
Oh,
He'd
they
been on the
did.
show before, like way back in the day.
Yeah, that's why I don't get invited on that show. That's why they have Misty.
I have not been invited on that show since they stopped having Garland Nixon. on
Didn't
that
you
show.
do it
But
live
I'm
in
on Garland's
DC?
show like all the fucking time.
You did in studio in DC our first week in January, didn't you?
Yeah, that's when I met Garland in person for the first time in my life, and now we are friends.
I appreciate Jamar and Shane. I don't always agree with them, but I appreciate the fact that they're willing to have me or anybody on really to talk about Julian Assange. I'm not going to complain about it.
No, for sure. Absolutely.
Keep it up, boys.
Yeah, keep it up. Seriously, I really do appreciate them. They're always very nice to me, very kind to me. It's very cool of them to have me on. I appreciate the fact that they're willing to do it.
Anytime you
Keep it
can
up.
get onto anybody else's platform and
Yes.
give information that they may not be aware of,
Take it.
you should be grateful for that opportunity.
Yes.
And
100%
yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah, good for you, Mindy.
Thanks, dude. All right. So this is the article that Andrew was just referencing, again by Matt Kennard and Mark Curtis.
Mark the cricket.
And Matt Kennard does a lot of fucking heavy lifting.
Dude,
Mark
Matt Kennard's fucking amazing. I love
Marky Mark is at everything nowadays.
He is. But Matt Kennard's awesome. I'm going to put it in the chat as soon as I get done reading this, but there's like a 4-minute and 40 some odd second video that he did a while back about why you should care about Julian Assange. And it's like a great, like really brief explainer video that I recommend that you show to people like the uninitiated, because it's a really good like rundown, like a really good brief, like here's why you should care. And it is really, to me, it's a really good, really effective video. So secret CIA funded group linked to UK ministers. So the group known as Le Cercle, I'm going to guess, sir, I don't know. I'm not French, was described by former conservative minister Alan Clark in his diaries as a right-wing think, or rather thought tank, funded by the CIA, which turns Cold War concepts around. Le Cercle has existed since the 1950s, but has no public presence and has never revealed its funders. Even the group's existence is only occasionally disclosed. It is unclear how influential Le Cercle, which is believed to meet twice a year, once in Washington, D.C. and once elsewhere, actually is. Declassified has found that 8 current conservative parliamentarians are associated with the group, 2 current ministers, business secretary, I don't fucking know. I'm so bad at names. And his deputy minister, Greg Hans, have been funded by Le Cercle. Kwarteng was given £5,258 to travel to Bahrain in June 2019 for a trip jointly funded by Le Cercle and the Gulf regime, which is one of the UK's closest allies. 3 former justice ministers are associated with the group: David Lidington, the justice secretary from 2017 to 2018, and Crispin Blunt, a justice minister.
Jesus Christ, what a name.
I know, right? Crispin Blunt. That's great. A justice minister from 2010 to 12 were previously funded by Le Cercle to attend meetings in Washington, D.C. and Madrid. Rory Stewart, who served as a justice minister under Theresa May, was previously chair of Le Cercle. Several high-profile U.S. figures are also linked to the group: U.S. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, who sat on America's most powerful court from 1986 until his death in 2016, attended at least one Le Cercle meeting while sitting on the court. Other ministers known to have been funded by the group include former Foreign Secretaries William Hague and Margaret Beckett, the latter being the only known labor associate. Current Education Secretary Nadhim Zahawi, a former...
Real quick, I am personally offended that somebody with the name Crispin Blunt wound up as a justice minister
associated with CIA shit.
Yeah,
fuck you,
and
dude.
not like a rapper or fucking, at least, at the very fucking
like
least,
a deadhead
or VJ or something like that, like Crispin Blunt,
or like running a organic food cart or something.
Has so
That's
much
like
potential.
Jake Tapper's porn star.
So
mystery.
much potential.
Fucking shame.
Crispin Blunt. Like,
yeah, no, I get it, dude. Okay, I don't remember where I was at.
I think Kenny McCaskill.
Oh, Kenny McCaskill, MP, a former Scottish Justice Secretary, told Declassified, quote, "Given the nature of this group and its links with other states and security organizations, much more candor is required. It's essential in a democracy that those accepting hospitality from an organization such as this are fully transparent," end quote. So yeah, this goes on. It just talks about like what this group is, but it's just basically a CIA affiliated like shadowy group that nobody really knows what it is, who funds it, where they meet all the time, and it turns out that some UK ministers are associated with this, and
one of them being
Burnett.
Mr. Prime Minister,
Yeah,
Sir Alan Duncan.
yeah.
Who was the one who called Assange a miserable little worm and helped orchestrate his illegal dragging from the Ecuadorian embassy. Who was friends with the judge as well.
Yeah.
Lord Chief Justice.
So all of this is
Burnett.
it's like a cesspool of corruption, and oh, it's so gross, and it's just all like they don't even really hide it anymore. It's not but it doesn't seem to matter. Nobody cares.
If you notice, that's even reflected in the picture at the top. It used to be like guy going into some business meeting and notices paparazzi, and he looks like, oh shit. This guy's like, oh hey, yep,
hey guys,
caught me. What are you gonna do about it? Suck it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so like,
oh, bro, fuck you.
That's such a great. That's just how they are now. It's like,
Fuck
yep,
you, bro.
you can be as aware as you want about what we're doing. There's not dick you can do about it, is there?
Yeah. Oh, that's an impossible question, Bedroom Junkie. Okay, crew, action for Assange. In the tradition of celebrating our boys' achievements on this most dark day, I humbly request to know what y'all think are the toppest of the top 10 leaks of all time. That's like picking my favorite kid, you know? I mean, Vault 7's
Like,
huge,
personal
obviously
in
Collateral
terms of, like-
Murder.
Yeah, are we going like...
Specifically, I would say
in
like
would we go like personal or like what we
I don't know, like
genuinely
for the
think is
world?
most important?
Like, what's the most important to us?
personally-
Or
Because I mean, personally, one of the ones that I refer to a lot actually is WikiLeaks. I think back in like 2016 or so, or 2018, or I forget, late 2010s, exposed a big mining scandal in the Central African Republic, which had involvement from the UN, a couple multinational corporations, and a couple of Chinese companies. So thought that was...
Is that the Traffic Euro one? That one was huge. That
no,
one
Traffic Bureau, I think, was the Milton
I don't
report
think
in North
so.
Africa. That was the article that got I think it's called like red flagged or something in the UK, or carded, where there's a literal publishing ban put forward by the government, and WikiLeaks published the information anyways because they're
noticed, right?
Oh, there we go. The New Dirty War for Africa's Uranium and Mineral Rights. That's what the release is called.
yeah, the Bachabazi revelations, where DynCorp was participating in child prostitution, which is an American military contractor. That was a big run.
Oh,
Anytime you
DynCorp.
expose crimes
Yeah.
against
You know
children,
whose
I think that's
planes
good.
Had DynCorp fucking numbers on them.
you're
Jeffrey
breathing into
Epstein.
the mic, Magnus.
Yo, who's breathing into their mic?
My Magnus.
That's my natural reaction, where it's like, hey, U.S. government, company, organization, institution linked to child prostitution and
Yeah.
sex trafficking. Who would have thought?
It's incredibly prevalent, fams. It's not y'all don't even know. The Ghislaine Maxwell trial doesn't even touch the surface.
I'm sorry. This is fucking kismet because the last time I saw Magnus online, it was a tweet for connecting and trying to get people to see the relation between the Maxwell case and the fucking verdict that came out today against Julian, or the ruling that came out against Julian Assange. We have been goddamn trying to. And congratulations to a handful of people who have been able to successfully do this pretty consistently, but holy crap, have there been far too many people with way too much influence who have just gone to absolute sleep or chosen deliberately to talk about other shit and
Dumb shit.
And a lot of people got really mad at me doing those call out streams, but I got somebody to fucking name drop her on Fox News, so I'm taking the W on that one.
Oh, I know. who
Shout
you're
out
talking
Olivia.
about.
That was badass, girl.
That, bro, like, I love Olivia for doing that, but like
Yes.
Kennedy in that clip fucking pisses me off because she literally like interjected right in the middle of
She
her fucking
pissed her
statement.
pants right then, Glory Jones. She was like,
Bro,
oh shit.
I
Oh,
know.
shit.
That's what pissed me off because I'm like, yo, you're stopping Olivia from name dropping people. What's happening here, bitch?
And like,
You know
I would like to mention, because it's important for the conversation, that I'm pretty sure I dug pretty far. I couldn't find it. The Maxwell trial has only been referenced twice on Fox News. One of them was a person defending fucking Maxwell, and then the other one was Olivia.
Of course.
Yeah, Bloomberg put out an article calling her a victim, and I wanted to vomit. Are you
Yo,
fucking
dude,
kidding me?
no, it gets worse. The Atlantic put out an article alluding to the fact that a child sex trafficking ring is a fringe right-wing conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
So, God bless her, Eliza Blue,
Was that the one?
an actual sex trafficking survivor.
Yeah.
Went and grabbed a whole bunch of Atlantic articles, screenshotted them, and was like, hey, isn't this you guys, though? And it was all Atlantic articles discussing rampant child sex trafficking in the United States of America at the highest levels of power.
And shout out to Eliza Blue, who has also spoken out in defense of Julian Assange. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and I'm coming here literally off the back of a giant Twitter war right now, where you have the Voshes and Hunter Avalones actively defending the CIA and saying,
we were just talking about that. We just played the clip because it's funny shit. I hadn't seen it yet. That's some funny shit. Oh, good Lord. I was like, what? So if you don't trust the CIA, then who do you? I need it on a shirt. If you can't trust the CIA, who can you trust? I need it on a shirt.
Bro, if I'm like, if I'm Nico, I'm like, Mike Pompeo. I was a CIA director. We lied.
We cheated. We stole.
No,
We had
no,
classes on it. We had
Well,
whole
and
classes on it.
He had the Freudian slip on there too. He said, I was a CIA director. We lied. We cheated. We stole. We had entire training courses.
And I seriously
reminds you of the glory
people only steal
of
on
the
behalf of the
American
country, and they're only doing it for the right reasons. They're stealing and killing and murdering people, destabilizing a dictator for the right reason, because that's what we're doing.
And it's wild to me that like he chose that.
That was a good
guy
impersonation.
When literally, what was it, last week or like 5 days ago, it was like the CIA covered up multiple cases of child sex trafficking, exploitation, child porn, and rape for years. And it's like,
I loved how at the end of that Atlantic article, it's like, these are blown out of proportion, and they certainly don't involve actor Tom Hanks. Like, they really went out of their way to get that one up.
Rolling Stone published an article a couple days before the trial. I think it was like a day or two before the jury selection took place. That was like, high society is bracing itself for the trial of British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell.
Kind of telling on yourself there. And literally, I'm not sure if this was known before, but it was new to me, and it came out during the trial. These motherfuckers were at the Queen's cabin. Like, just vibing at the fucking Queen's cabin.
Balmoral, yeah.
And I brought the connection up this morning with the Assange thing, because isn't it curious of how the New York City has stricter lockdown conditions right now than London does, and yet Julian Assange can't attend his own fucking trial, and we know nothing about it. But we have all these sketches of Ghislaine Maxwell sitting there sketching the sketch artist and glaring at them
creepy bitch.
in person in the trial, name dropping her fucking her lawyer, name dropping anonymous sources that were supposed to be kept anonymous, and the judges just letting this fucking happen
and over and over, which is deliberate.
Yeah.
That's on purpose.
And like I said, you combine that with, like, I think there's been 3 court sketches, and 2 of them, she's literally staring right at the person that's supposed to be doing the drawings. It's like, bro, do you not get what's going on here? Like, I'm gonna say it now that the court reporter did not kill themselves. Getting that out in the head.
Well,
like,
okay,
holy fuck.
And also, I think the prosecution just finished in 10 days. Like, that's it, bro?
Yeah, 10 days.
That's it?
That's some bullshit. That's an obvious cover-up.
for information that has been publicly available in Vanity Fair for almost 20 years, 15 years.
And that's the thing. Like I've told you this, Steve, and you, Glory, because you've been on my stream of like the reason why, because there was a big drama around the Maxwell trial tracker getting banned, and they're like, oh, it was just because it was a spam account. It's posting information that's like publicly available and blah blah blah. It wasn't because they were getting the information out. No, the Maxwell trial had a little transformation over the last week where it went from just pointing out like, oh, she's a sex pest, start dropping some of the awkward details about her involvement with certain countries and certain, government agencies and the FBI. And then it got banned. It's because they're okay with people talking about the Maxwell trial if the angle is like, oh, these were just some rich, creepy people, and like, Clinton just didn't know, and they took pictures with everybody because they were rich and socialites. They don't want to talk about the dirty shit in the background. They're okay with talking about the rape and the child porn and shit, but you go into their other history, and that's when people start getting uncomfortable and start getting banned.
Little intelligence agencies thing, isn't it?
And that, by the way, that was the most viral I've ever gone on my account ever, posting about the Maxwell tracker trial getting banned. I got like 50K fucking likes or something. I was like, oh my God.
I've never gone that
Is it fair to say that you don't trust our institutions, Magnus?
Who can you trust?
Oh, I didn't have it queued up. Never mind.
And then like
again.
I went in on it again with the Ukraine shit because that's all fucking connected to with fucking Burisma and Obama and Lindsey Graham and what's her fucking name, Amy Klobuchar over in Ukraine posing with neo-Nazis talking about nuking Russia. It's like this is all the same shit. And Assange exposed all of this shit, and that's why Assange is in fucking jail.
Well, and people say like, "Oh my God, he didn't leak anything on Russia." Like, bitch, Russian spy files. Don't even play.
Okay, here's the thing. Go to wikileaks.org, and at the very top, there's this handy dandy feature. It's called a search bar, and you can like type words in there, and then it'll bring up all of the things that they've published that features that one word. It's called a keyword. And so if you type in Russia, you can find thousands upon thousands of.
Whoa, you're going way fast.
You know what? I need to write this down. We do it live. I'm pulling it up on stream.
No, Misty. You're talking to people that have the level of intelligence to cite fucking a .gov.
Look, see right there. Look right there. See, that's called a search bar. See that she just typed in Russia, and then look, if you scroll down, Glory Jones, watch. Look, guys, look, all of the articles that have to do with Russia. See how many? There's literally thousands. Like that's a lot of reading you could go do. Educate yourself.
Reading
bitches.
spooky.
Words are hard.
Reading spooky. Stop it.
Oh, okay.
So
and
stupid.
People can write anything. Words are just.
Words are hard. Stupid ass people.
I even posted like we're living in hell because I went into that thread defending the CIA and there was people with anonymous mask profile pictures,
of course,
defending the CIA, and I'm like, oh my God,
it's like,
oh my God,
all you need to do
Russian
is
spy
post
files?
the video from that fortune
Glory Jones, that doesn't exist.
with the happy wedding day, fuck the CIA. Like you have to dig that up, and every time someone talks about it, just drop that on it.
Yeah, bro, it's our glorious intelligence overlords that have no oversight and continually keep getting busted fucking raping people.
Come on, they're a wholesome institution, Magnus. Good family fun. Good, clean family fun at the CIA.
But if we expose them, then we're putting innocent agents' lives in danger.
Good.
Well, then you should
innocent.
stop.
Innocent. Fuck off.
Well,
Innocent.
again, like fair, like possibly fair. You have some random like Iraqi dude that you hired that's like watching drug smuggling in Iraq or something, and he might be killed because your other agent was raping kids. Well, guess what? Stop hiring agents that rape kids, and then maybe that won't fucking happen. Sorry.
Yeah, they're innocent. Really? We're gonna pretend like they're innocent?
Almost as if in a grand jury against WikiLeaks, they were forced to admit, the U.S. in a court of law was forced to admit that no one was physically harmed by the release of these materials.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we drone strike our own fucking aid worker in Afghanistan, so I don't want to hear anything about it.
Oh my God. John Idarola tweeted out. I'm just gonna say this: I make amazing pizza. I'm willing to bet. I'm gonna go to his timeline right now. I'm willing to bet there's not a word about Julian Assange.
But
Me,
so one of my
Glory,
other-
and Steve literally sat down for like 6 hours total and just went through people's timelines.
Oh,
Nothing.
yeah.
Even like people that I genuinely like that I think are good on things. Nothing.
There's nothing. He has nothing. And in fact, yesterday he asked, "What's the best Disney movie and why is it Moana?" Really hard hitting journalism there, Johnny boy. Way to go. Good work, fam. Way to fucking go. You absolute chump.
That poster makes me so happy, Missy. I'm sorry. I just noticed it for the first time.
Oh, there it is, Magnus.
I love it.
You can go and get one of your very own, people. What's the website called again?
It's conspiracy-t.com.
Put it in the
shop.
Put it in the private chat and I'll dump it in the chat.
You're lagging out really bad, by the way, Missy. You're starting to robot.
I sound like a robot? Fun.
Yes.
She's okay on my side.
She's officially
she's
becoming a
fine for
Russian
me.
bot.
I should
She's
be
fine
okay.
for
I
me.
have decent internet, you guys. I have
Maybe-
it now.
maybe
Don't
I'm-
forget my face on a shirt.
Oh, yeah. you
Yes,
know-
I have your face on a shirt. I also got the I reject your authority with the lady and the cops.
That's
Like
my
she's just sitting down.
favorite.
And I got another one and I can't remember which one it is now. Oh, I got that on a shirt. Because I do love a shirt.
Right.
I love
And
a
then
shirt.
again, you keep it with the Assange stuff. Like Assange has connected a lot of the modern policing in the US to the CIA and the FBI. And a little article came out from Unicorn Riot a few days ago that I didn't see anybody talk about, that was essentially exposing the Minneapolis police of using private military contractors to step in after they had been defunded. I wonder who has any involvement with that shit. Just saying. Like, replace Officer Friendly with fucking Officer Blackwater.
Has Kyle Kalinske mentioned Julian Assange at all?
He's probably
no.
defending the CIA. Like, come on, guys.
There's work to be
Come on,
done,
the
Misty.
CIA's not that bad.
Yeah, he hasn't mentioned it. I'm going to check his YouTube page.
Leave Hunter, I left the right and joined the neocons Avalon alone.
Yeah. Anybody who thinks we should trust the CIA can fuck off.
Okay, let's see. Starbucks workers dunking.
Are you on
Elon
Secular Talk? Is that what
Musk.
you're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dunking on Elon Musk, retweeting Nina and Bernie, Pope Francis shitpost, retweeting Brejoy Gray.
He covered the banning of the trial tracker, Ghislaine Maxwell, the trial tracker for that.
I guarantee you that trial tracker was going to turn into a QAnon account. and it
Yeah.
will
He
immediately
hasn't
after
made a
that.
single video. He hasn't made a single video about Julian Assange.
Well,
I can't
Yeah,
find any
but
tweets.
Honestly, covering it today is the absolute fucking least anybody
It's
with
the
a
bare minimum.
like. No, it's embarrassing.
That's
Yeah.
I haven't even bothered today because I spent
It-
all that fucking energy trying to get anybody to talk about the Maxwell trial and they couldn't fucking
Yeah,
bother. And now
but-
Assange is happening. No one's talking about it. I'm like, fuck
What
you.
I
dude.
want to know is who talked about it yesterday, or
Not Kyle.
who's going to talk about it a
I'm calling
week,
him out on Twitter right now.
or who's gonna, I mean, like that's when it matters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, dude, it would have mattered today, but we knew that Free Assange was going to be trending on Twitter today, at least until they could scrub it, and it would be in multiple countries, and there would be a presence outside of the court, and these things there were things that we knew that would happen.
Right.
You
That
know,
we have to try to
that-
take advantage of. That's why I've been
that-
tweeting like
well,
crazy the past 48 hours.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you have to take advantage
but
of that when you get handed those opportunities.
what is just
It's ridiculous because just like with the Maxwell thing, I made an entire tweet about it. I have fucking 10,000 follower accounts asking me, "Yo, where are the sources on this?" I'm like, bro, what a fucking sad state of affairs. Like, are you kidding me?
TYT hasn't mentioned Julian Assange at all. No surprise there. This is your independent media, guys.
I wish I didn't have to get on a fucking plane tomorrow, or I would start a stream right now that would be another version of the fucking taking people out to the woodshed stream and being like, "Yo, what the fuck?" You
Yeah.
sell T-shirts with Assange's face on it, and you haven't said anything
up.
about this motherfucker.
No, who?
There's
gonna
multiple people, and I will not name them because I'm not trying
No,
to get into
name
Twitter
those
beef. But
motherfuckers.
nope, just let it out
Then
there.
you
bro.
tell me who they are, and I'll name those motherfuckers.
Okay, we'll
Private
make
chat,
that
Magnus.
Drop it in the
Private
private chat. I'll fucking call them out. I'm on a rampage. I'm done. Like, everybody keeps getting mad at me because I'm so mean. Oh, you're so mean to people. We're well past the point of being nice. You can fuck off. If you want to go around kissing the asses of these people, you do you. I'm done playing nice. We need to
We're
name and
not even
shame.
being mean
We're
yet. not
we're
even
at the
being
point-
I've
mean
never
yet.
really been that mean. Calling people out on their bullshit is not mean.
You
Fuck
should.
outta
I
here.
mean, you should have heard what me and Steve were saying in Sleepy J after the stream this morning ended.
It's to the point where
That
I believe
was-
they could fucking shoot down his plane, and there would be no fucking coverage of it.
No.
Like, that's how much we're
Yeah.
slacking on this shit. It's insane.
I know.
The post live stream this morning was more cathartic than the actual live stream.
It was.
The live stream wasn't cathartic this morning. It sucked.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I
it
mean, like, okay, so I
Me
guess
and Misty were crying.
Yeah, it sucked.
it's therapeutic in the sense that we did a whole lot of shit that we could not have said on air.
Oh yeah.
We got to say, and that's good. It is. You
Yeah, I
can't just-
became guy that punches the wall this morning. That's a new thing for me.
Oh, you changed your name to
Getting him-
Dylan and started listening to Eminem.
Ugh. I can tell you it's really difficult to go from that to having to get your kids ready for school and like pack lunch and shit.
Yeah.
That was
See,
an
okay.
interesting shift.
We got one person that sells Assange T-shirts that has tweeted about stores being looted in California today and Ghislaine Maxwell's tits. That's all we have on that one.
Who?
I'm gonna drop
Sit-
them all in the chat.
drop it in
I'm
the
just
chat.
making sure that I'm legit.
I'm fucking
before
people
I
up.
start some shit.
I'm tired
I'm gonna fuck
of some
people up. There's-
unserious cunts here.
Yeah.
And like, okay,
I got no time for this.
So I forget if I said this on camera, on stream, or off stream this morning, but I'm gonna preface this by saying Rebecca Vincent, respect everything you do. Thank you
We
so
love you,
much
girl.
for your service. I want to give you a hug. Now, Rebecca Vincent, amazing work. Reporters Without Borders, get fucking serious. Please. Drop the act or stop being pussies. I don't know what else to say because like every time something happens, you have Rebecca Vincent like working her ass off, monitoring this case, drawing attention to it, writing articles, being harassed by London Met Police outside the courtroom while trying to give updates for like, you know, a tech was supposed to be like an observer NGO type thing, and like you're out here giving morality tongue baths to Antony Blinken. Christophe Del Wire, if that's how you say your last name. What the fuck? Like you show up once or twice at the trial every year being like, oh yes, I care about Assange so much. Then why don't you bring it up when you get the fucking chance, homie? Like, why are we not holding the US accountable when it fucking matters? When you get the fucking chance to? Because like I'm tired of them saying like the US needs to drop their case against Julian Assange, then turning around and having these meetings with Antony Blinken discussing, oh my God, how can we best improve press freedom or in places that the US doesn't like? And then freaking spending all your time making sure that Cuba is the blackest of the black on the map, while the US gets their ratings lifted, and they can celebrate how much higher their ratings got at the Democracy Summit, the fucking Democracy Summit. They are citing Reporters Without Borders statistics in their stupid little Democracy Summit, while Rebecca Vincent is reporting on the biggest press freedom case in the fucking world when they're torturing a fucking journalist for revealing fucking war fucking crimes. So Reporters Without Borders, please drop the act or stop being pussies.
Good
I don't think I
And
know who
that
that person
goes
is.
for that goes for Committee to Protect Journalists, like the International Federation of Journalists, whatever other journalist NGOs are out there as well. But I specifically say Reporters Without Borders because there's such a juxtaposition between what Rebecca Vincent has to go through versus all the bullshit that's happening up top. So that's why I mentioned Reporters Without Borders specifically.
They they raised the US's rankings.
Yes.
Primarily based on the change in attacks on journalists when there were no mass protests this year. There were no towns on fire this year.
Well, they when they bumped him up, they specifically cited the White House allowing people to report on coronavirus more freely.
Hey, can we check? I suppose I could check too. Reporters Without Borders has said a word about James O'Keefe. Has that happened? Because I get really pissed off when people talk about James O'Keefe and don't directly connect it to Julian Assange. I feel like we shouldn't complain about Reporters Without Borders in general without bringing up James O'Keefe and what Project Veritas and reporters who worked for both whatever Howley's thing and PV, have had to endure the hands of the FBI and the Department of Justice for getting access to, by all reaction, appears to be a very legitimate diary belonging to one Ashley Biden.
Oh my God, Jamaica should not be 7th on this list. I'm sorry.
So does this person that you just sent me have a YouTube or anything, Magnus? Or I've never heard of this person.
Okay, I'll read this pretentious entry for Reporters Without Borders. So their ranking is 44 plus 1 from rank 45 in 2020. Despite improvements, troubling vital signs for press freedom persist. The first 100 days of Joseph R. Biden's presidency saw healthy improvements to government accountability and transparency. For example, the White House and government agencies reinstated regular press briefings from day one, and authorities who had previously been muzzled were able to communicate accurate information about the COVID-19 pandemic to the American public. At his inauguration, Biden vowed to uphold an environment of truth, and during his first major foreign policy speech, the new president made a point of stating that a free press is essential to the health of a democracy, signaling his administration's desire to see the U.S. reclaim its global status as a beacon of free expression. That phrase was uttered unironically. As with any patient, however, while the most obvious symptoms of an ailing democracy may have cleared up, many chronic underlying conditions, from the disappearance of local news to the ongoing and widespread distrust of mainstream media, remain. In fact, the situation worsened considerably during President Donald J. Trump's final year in office, which saw nearly 400 journalists assaulted and more than 130 detained. Unprecedented numbers, according to the U.S. Press Freedom Tracker. True, many of 2020's attacks and arrests of members of the media took place as they tried to cover the nationwide protests against systemic racism and police brutality towards people of color. Trump himself vilified bona fide news outlets as quote-unquote fake news and the qualified award-winning journalists as quote-unquote the enemy of the people. Yes, feeding the type of threatening behavior, including violence and destruction of equipment, that journalists face during the uprising against the U.S. Capitol building on January 6, 2021, as dozens of alleged insurrectionists face serious jail time for federal crimes. The erosion of trust in the American media and unchecked conspiracy theories that will continue to flourish online will require a concerted effort by all the public sector and private companies alike to ensure that press freedom in the UN runs more than skin deep.
Hang on, real quick. Let's not just steamroll over the fact that Reporters Without Borders is making fun of political prisoners.
Yeah.
This is the most shit lib fucking manifesto I've probably ever heard in my life.
And let's also, journalists arrested doing protests that happened under Biden too. The Echo Park sweep that happened in March of 2021. I was
Or
on the
the
ground for
fucking
that.
pipeline
9
protests.
journalists were arrested, including an LA Times journalist too. That was in March.
Honestly, at this point, I'm really surprised that thing hasn't cited the Easter Bunny that they had come out for everyone as like another reason to just give us another point, just a bonus.
Magnus, am I allowed to call this person out
they
now?
skirt around saying like Joe Biden defeated fascism. They're like,
I won't if you don't want me to.
Give it a second.
Did you see those hearts on the lawn? You saw those.
Do they mention the U.S.'s vocal support of beleaguered Belarusian journalist, whatever limited Hangoutovich?
Beleaguered Belarusian is fantastic.
No, they don't. I'll go over the last paragraph real quick.
A good punk
the
band.
Biden Department of Justice's decision to
Belarusian.
pursue an appeal against the extradition decision by a UK court in the case of WikiLeaks publisher Julian Assange resulted in his continued detention in high security Belmarsh prison, where his mental and physical health remain at risk. If the U.S. government appeal is successful, Assange could face a possible lifetime in a U.S. prison for publishing information on the public interest. I love how that's just that reads like an afterthought to them. Like,
I love how they're like, U.S. is doing so much better for journalists. Now here's Joe Biden extraditing a journalist. It's like, fucking Christ.
There's like now. We're not talking about previous journalists that we fucked. We're talking about now. We're doing a little bit better.
Yeah, and it's just so fucked up because there was the pipeline protest where they were fucking buzzing the protesters with helicopters and fucking media were getting injured and arrested there. There was Echo Park shit. There was like this.
Well, they talk about like the media being able to report COVID better, where if we even mention some like name brand prescription medications, we can get removed from YouTube for it.
This what I have to be careful with the word, but this person was literally like, didn't even say anything about COVID and just said the name of the drug, and immediately it got censored on Twitter.
Oh, and also with Reporters Without Borders as well, they moved the UK up 2 spots.
There has been an
Jesus Murphy
unprecedented level of social media censorship and direct economic violence on behalf of the public-private partnerships that social media monopolies and the United States government engage in.
Yeah,
that is it. I think, Mindy, it was you who referred to it as sanctions.
Yeah.
You're correct. You're absolutely correct.
That's absolutely fucking absurd just for the fact that you had the Kill the Bill protests in the UK that were literally almost exclusively like fucking leftists and socialists and shit like that were out protesting against a bill that would make protesting illegal, and the police released fucking dogs on journalists. And journalists were bit by riot dogs. And you're telling me that at a protest to make protesting illegal, where journalists were attacked by dogs, you bumped the UK up 2 ranks for press freedom.
Yes.
Holy, we're in the upside down.
Yeah, 'cause they're acting like Western stooges. So like
they didn't use live rounds.
Either go full Western stooge or stop being a Western stooge.
Full Western stooge. That's a punk band name.
Yeah.
Aw, hey Gomez.
Oh well, fam. Unfortunately, I gotta bounce. But
bye.
See you,
Thanks for
Jesse.
coming.
Good to see everybody. Yeah, absolutely.
We love
Thanks for letting
you.
me pop in. Love you guys too.
Much love, bro.
Bye.
Take care, man.
Thank you guys for everything today. Sorry about you. You know.
It is what it is. We all knew, we knew it was
It's
coming.
not your fault. No
yeah.
need
We
to
just got to go even
apologize.
harder. I'm gonna make a tic tac, and I'll start making obnoxious things with convictions.
I can give you lessons on being obnoxious. I'm very good at it. I'm
All
very
right,
good.
thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah. The world is hell. Everything's stupid. I hate life. Fun
Yeah.
times.
Over
See you
it.
next week.
I got a
Over it.
job though. That's great. That's good news.
No, I call
Aw.
Mindy out of
Yeah,
love.
Charlie Brown. That Mindy is it's a thing. It's an inside thing. Well, not really inside. Well, I mean, kind of, but like our whole fam's. It's a whole thing.
It's like an outside.
Mindy Moneybags.
So I don't even know if it was back in the before time, in the long ago, but Pasta on more than one occasion had one of his pasta
Boomer moments. Yeah.
I was gonna be generous there, or at least illusory, but that's not going to take place anymore. Pasta is a fucking boomer, and Pasta boomered out, and he called Misty Mindy not once, not twice, but many a Mindy.
Multiple times. Yeah.
Multiple
Many a Mindy.
Yes.
It's okay. It's
Pasta
okay.
to this day, Pasta still calls me Gloria sometimes. And it's
Yes.
funny because he told me that when they were in, I forget if it was Honduras or Nicaragua, he said that they met a Gloria there. So he kept calling Gloria Glory.
God, it's okay because Pasta preempted CNN by like 6 months and called me Magus one time, so it's okay.
I guess.
No, he still calls our show Slow Day News. from
Yeah, he
time
does.
to- not unironically.
Yeah.
Bro,
But yeah,
yeah.
Pasta called me Mindy, and then that became like a thing. And then people on Twitter were trying to claim that I'm like super rich. And so Steve gave me the name Mindy Moneybags, and it stuck. So I am Mindy Money. That's my alter ego, Mindy Moneybags.
I am good with nicknames.
He is good with nicknames. That is a true story.
Yeah.
True story. I still like Misty Mindbender. Mindy Mindbender. I like it. That could be my superhero name, Mindy Mindbender.
Mangus is still my favorite. That's still my favorite
Mangus.
fuck up of my
Mangus.
Mangus.
When did Mangus happen again?
I ordered a radio and I put Magnus and they shipped it to me. I'll grab the fucking box. It's right here. And they put Mangus on it for some reason. And it just became a meme.
I love it.
I
Love
want to hear
it.
Nico screaming like "fuck the CIA" again. That was.
Yeah. Play it again, Glory. It makes me giggle. I need some
Hey, I
giggles.
am Mangus.
That's great.
We need the clip of Amber's daughter yelling "fuck censorship" in LA.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, it was so cute. She was like, and she turned to Pasta too. She's like, "Can I cuss?"
Oh,
You know
she
what?
asked Pasta. That's so cute.
I'm gonna. We need some wholesome.
Oh, he
shit
was
in our
holding
lives. I'm
the
gonna try and find it. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second.
But that
Let me
she
try and
asked
find
him
it.
for permission instead of Amber is funny. That's cute.
It was one of those two. I
Papa
forget which.
Pasta. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it because we need some wholesome shit.
Oh,
in
I
our
mean,
lives.
Pasta's grandma.
Stop.
Yeah, he
So
is grandma.
if grandma lets you cuss, then it's okay to cuss. You know what I mean? Like that's just science. It is, and you can trust it because I capitalized science. And if
Okay,
you're criticizing,
Have you had your first person to freak out on you for not capitalizing science yet? Because I experienced
No.
that for the first
Is that
time
a thing?
yesterday.
Really? People get
Yeah.
mad about it?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've hit that
God.
level
Well, yeah,
of
it's a capital
saturation.
F for Fauci, right?
Literally, somebody commented on something, and I literally just typed like it wasn't even related to anything to do with COVID. I just said like science has been working on this, and someone jumped in and was like, "Are you a conspiracy theorist?" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "You didn't capitalize science." And I'm like, "Y'all fell for the meme. You're making the meme a reality."
yes, that's there's a Department of Memetic Warfare. You know this, son. You talk about it. The military has a legit branch for meme warfare. This is a real thing. I got it up. I do, because somebody didn't believe me earlier. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
The Department of Medic Warfare. Let's go.
Hold on.
Live.
I'm about to share the protest so I can find it.
You motherfucking hey. Oh, okay. I'll pause for that because
Yeah,
that's
no.
important.
Let me. Okay, wait. I think it was after me. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, no, you'll be able to tell.
Hold up.
Hunter.
Oh wait, is that her? Oh no, that's Margaret. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, she was way late. She was one of the last people that went up, I think. Amber's kid.
Oh, Freya.
There, and then Matt? No, that's Margaret.
No.
She's short. Oh wait.
I thought it was earlier.
We should not be. This is not the part that we should be doing. Like,
I thought it because
This is riveting content, Steve. Shut up.
Yeah.
I thought it would. Oh wait, I think this is it. There we go.
Okay.
I thought it would be way quicker to find. So.
In hindsight, I thought this would work better.
Let's give it up for Freya over here. We got a high school teacher over there too as well.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Freya King. I'm 10 years old, and Julian Assange has been in prison my whole life and has been abused and threatened, and his whole family has been threatened, and all I have to say is, can I cuss? Yes. Fuck censorship.
Give it up for Freya.
Brings a little tear to my heart.
Right.
I love it.
You know,
Hey,
what?
David Dole did a 7-minute video, you guys.
Hey.
That's way better than I was expecting. I'm not even going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see what he actually says, but I'm not going to put myself through watching a David Dole video. But if somebody wants to watch that and tell me if it sucks or not, that'd be cool. I'm not going to do it.
I'm pretty sure he blocked me over a disagreement about I think Andrew Gillum in Florida in 2008. He refunded me my Patreon money.
Nice.
It was good.
The amount of people that kicked Andrew out of their fucking Patreons. You know what? It's over a year removed from it, so I can say it. The reason why I went at Tim Black was because I heard that he kicked Andre off of his Patreon for asking him to cover Assange.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the core reason why I called him out, essentially.
Want to know what's really fun, guys? Getting paid in Bitcoin to do a job the day before Bitcoin crashes.
I smell a conspiracy.
Yes, the entire fucking Chinese economy shit the bed just to fuck Magnus out of $50. True.
That's how I frame my life. You know?
Everything wrong is the intelligence agency.
They knew.
They knew. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm happy to be on here and have positive news for once, that I'm no longer poor and destitute and will have a job. That's
Yay! Great. I like it. That's always a good time.
Yeah.
I'm into it. All right. Do we have anything else? Because I'm really fucking tired.
I mean, I have slides, but I don't think we want to do more slides.
No, I really don't want to read anymore. I'm emotionally drained. I really just want to go to bed.
You're not going to go to bed. You're going to start a bunch of shit
on Twitter
after you get up.
You are.
I'm going to see tweets at 1 a.m. from fucking Misty still battling people.
No, I'm just going to drop bombs and then go to sleep.
Drop a bomb, mute the thread, go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we covered the declassified shit. We got over the.
We went over the ruling. Do we want to talk about where we're going from here? Like, this is. It's. I mean, do we want to? I mean, I
We
guess
gave
we
the
kind of
money
did
to Craig
already.
Murray.
Huh?
We
The money to Craig Murray from our.
Oh, we did
buying
send
the
money to
drink.
Craig Murray. We raised $300, which was like 200 and
86.
no, no, I bumped it up. I'm talking about I bumped it up to over to 300, but
Yeah.
then in pounds, it's like 217 pounds or something like that. I don't remember exactly the whatever it is. So yeah, we sent that. What was that? Yes, day before yesterday,
Day before yesterday.
I think.
Pounds,
Yeah.
sterling.
And then I sent a message to a secure delivery person saying, "Hey, tell him to go out and buy some drinks."
Well, I sent a note with it too when I
Did you?
yeah, when I sent it to his donation
Rick,
thing.
I don't. You did not have to. You didn't have to add the note. That was gonna happen. It's
No, I know.
$200. It's like lunch over there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm not. That's just how that. I mean, that's fucking awesome, dude. But I mean, you know how it is. We do events in major cities. We've had.
Well, this is just for Craig Murray, like in Scotland. I don't know what it's like in Scotland, but hopefully he can get himself a bottle of something. Or
I don't know if Joe Loria was quoting Pilger, or if he was just in the middle of a Pilger article when he raised this point. But one of the things that I think we should remind people is that Julian Assange is being indicted, charged under the Espionage Act. And espionage is when you give state secrets to the enemy.
right.
And the enemy that Julian Assange
people.
gives state secrets to is you.
They see you as the enemy. They see us as the enemy. That's exactly true.
Us.
Yeah.
We're the enemy.
Yeah. I'm going to throw up numbers at the bottom of the screen for everybody too, by the way. I meant to be doing this the whole time, but I'm tired and out of it. So this is just numbers. You can make phone calls. Who knows? This probably doesn't make a huge difference, but it doesn't take long. So if you can take 5 minutes out of your day tomorrow and make some phone calls, most of the time you're just going to get an answering machine or an intern, leave a message, tell them to free Julian Assange, drop the charges. It really doesn't take that long. So this is like a super easy way that everybody can.
Also, I know
pitch in.
Daniel DeCeater is doing
billboards in North Carolina.
Well, not only billboards, but he's doing a peaceful emphasis on peaceful protest in front of Merrick Garland's house on
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, I think. So if you're anywhere around, head over to that, and
you can get a hold of Daniel through Twitter. I think it's just at Daniel DeCeater. And find out when he's going to be there, where it's at, where you can meet up if you're in the DC area, anywhere near there, get down there. I pondered driving down there. Yeah. Wake him up. Yeah. No sleep. Till Brooklyn. Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Raise hell.
Yeah. Let's not get it twisted. Joe Biden and Merrick Garland could end this today, right now.
We all just got tagged in that Hassan Piker.
I know. Everybody's going to be sending it to me.
There's a clip now. Yeah.
There's a clip.
What did I miss here?
We can play. Hassan Piker called Assange supporters fascists. We need to go hang out with fascists.
Do we want to end on that note, though? Do we want to end on that note?
No, let's not give him any more.
Play the Nico House video again.
Yeah.
That's
funny shit. Hassan Piker's a punk ass bitch. Who even cares?
Bitch, you a millionaire. Suck my balls.
Yeah.
I hope you get robbed.
Okay. Where else do we go from here? Let's see.
Socialist. With your, I don't know, dude. There's a whole crop of socialist millionaires over the last few years.
Yeah.
I think I can add one thing to say where we can go from here that doesn't err too on the side of burning it all down. But
I'm not opposed to that though. The same.
Yeah.
It's winter.
It's cold outside.
Get warm somehow.
How do I want to put it? Like, I'm trying to figure out how to put it, but I guess don't act fucking surprised every time the US does some scumbag shit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, anytime something happens in the case that's a negative development, we can't be like, this is a great stain and mark against I don't know, like those generic. What are those generic statements, Steve?
Like
As we
euphemisms.
drift towards
Yeah, Ryan Grimm.
authoritarian-
Dark
Drift.
winter.
Yeah.
Fuck
As
yeah.
we drift towards authoritarianism kind of stuff, like let's
This
drop
is
the
a
act
grave
pretending like the U.S. is a
miscarriage
democracy.
of
Let's drop the
justice.
act
This
pretending that U.S. is a democracy. And
is the day justice took off its mask and it's like
And dude was more worried about Biden's like legacy. He's like, oh, historians are not going to look favorably upon Joe Biden. Who gives a flying fuck,
There's
dude?
not
That's
going
what
to
you're
be
worried about?
historians left.
like
There will be no
stop
written
assuming
history.
that the U.S. and the UK and the justice system is a benevolent and fair actor in this.
right.
Yes.
Like, and think of it this way: if Joe Biden, Donald Trump, all of the presidents and administrations that have targeted truth tellers since the dawn of time, all of the rulers immemorial, if they get their way with Julian Assange, the historians, if they care to comment at all, will look at this as a good thing, because if they don't, they'll burn the book and the historian.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna drop out. I appreciate y'all. I'll probably be
Thanks,
going
Magnus.
AWOL because I'm gonna be working a lot, but I'll occasionally pop in when I can.
Okay.
Closing statement just to bring the mood down again. My comment about washing my hands when I go to the bathroom got like 10,000 something reactions to it, but my post that I made that took an hour creating, breaking down the Ukraine crisis got
I
9
haven't had
likes.
a chance to go through it all yet.
So we're all
but
gonna
that does-
die.
Yeah, we are all gonna. Yeah,
I
we're
love
fucked.
all of y'all. I'll catch you.
We love
around.
you.
It's
See ya,
Fenord's
Magnus.
law. It's the understanding that your least important comment gets the most traction, but your most important gets the least amount of attention.
You know what? I'll say this though: when I
It's
tweet
like
out like
it's a legit
anime
rule
shit,
of the internet.
when I tweet out like anime shit, it doesn't get as much likes as my political shit, and I'm like, okay, that's.
I want to be on your Twitter, Glory, because I'll tweet some ignorant, dumb shit, like a killer whale in a fucking tank, and it'll get like fucking 2,000 responses.
Whoa,
and then I'll spend
whoa!
all
That's
this
not
time-
ignorant dumb shit,
Some
okay?
ignorant, dumb shit.
I will go full PETA on some fucking SeaWorld shits and like entrapping poor orca whales in these tiny ass fucking pools.
No, I
Free
know,
Lolita.
no. I mean, like orca, like in a military tank, like literally just an orca sitting in a fucking military tank.
Oh,
And I got like 1,000 likes on it, but my
I
fucking
thought you
breakdown.
meant like a SeaWorld type
No.
deal.
I'll send you the meme. It's like, what the
You
fuck?
mean a meme? I'm so sorry.
Glory. That's why everyone likes your political Twitter. All right, I love all y'all. Catch you later.
Later,
See ya,
Tater.
Magnus.
Wow.
What do
That's
you
a
guys
lot
got
of
coming
dead
up?
air, boys and girls.
Yeah, I don't care though because I'm tired.
So, Sunday.
Anything else on where
Oh,
else we
I'll
go
be-
from here? Or
I'll be
No, I think we're good.
yeah, okay.
I can't even anymore. I just can't.
Oh,
even.
real quick. At Free Commander X _ on Twitter for any updates in the case. The jail deputies are trying to fuck with him and write him up for like and give him a disciplinary write up for something he didn't do, because jail deputies. So, yeah. If you follow at Free Commander X _ on Twitter or Amy Beth, who's his sister, on Twitter, then that situation is there, but it's really just like deputies fucking with him and his cellmate. So, yeah. Lovely.
Okay, when's the protest? January 11th.
Yeah.
January 11th at 9 a.m. Peckham Federal Building, downtown San Jose, 100 South 1st Street. Bring
If you're in
signs.
the area.
Get to the protest early though, because since court starts at 9, me, Steve, and Keith are probably going to try to get. Yeah, we'll say 8:30 because
So,
me, Steve, and Keith will be trying to like get into court when the hearing actually starts, so we can like report on it and obviously like moral support for X. So
show up early, hit up a freaking legit taco truck, get a breakfast burrito, get 2. I'll probably forget or be late. Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys got coming up on Slow News Day?
So make sure that you're hanging out Sunday, because Vanessa Beeley will be back. She is incredibly heated for very good reason. If you haven't heard, if you haven't checked her Twitter or anything like that, she got hemmed up at Heathrow for 6 hours when she was trying to visit family. They have her devices now. The UK government does. They copied every stitch of electronic equipment on her person. And she's not happy, and she knows why she specifically got to sit in the penalty box, and she knows a number of the people that are responsible for it, like what their names are. So Sunday, she's going to say them out loud in front of people, and you should pull up for that. I'm going to go on a show called Break the Cycle tomorrow with Joshua Smith to talk about this and some other stuff. Union of the Unwanted Monday. If you guys aren't watching the Union of the Unwanted, holy crap, are you missing arguably one of the best shows on the internet.
Okay, I'm Misty. You can find me on the tweeters at Sarcasm Stardust. If you guys want to jump in and help me name and shame some people, I'm going to be doing that for the next who knows how long. And if that's something that pisses you off, die mad, bitches. So we're going to be naming and shaming people. I'm going to be calling people out for their ridiculous silence. For example, there's somebody called Top Lobster who's selling shirts with Julian Assange's face on it and hasn't tweeted about Julian Assange. In fact, I just checked, advanced searched him, and I think he's got like 4 tweets about Julian Assange, and 3 of them are about selling shirts. And then one of them, no, I think 2 of them are about selling shirts. And then one is a reply to somebody who's asking what they should cover on their show. And another one was just like a brief retweet about what happened today. And that's it. You're selling shirts with this face on it. You should be talking about it out loud, screaming.
And like, we don't take it personally if you mute us. Like, I fully understand.
I'm annoying.
I left 100 plus replies for the Secretary General of Reporters Without Borders. Like, And I have like respectable people following me. Like I don't take it hard at all if you want to mute me for like 3 days.
Yeah, I'm annoying. I get it.
Interesting point of note. Top Lobster is the artist that does all of the thumbnails for the show that I'm going on tomorrow.
Well, somebody should call his ass out. If you're selling shirts with his face on it, you should be talking about it.
That's the Jackman brothers is homie too.
Yeah, well, Jackman brothers, call out your friend. That's gross. That's gross. That's gross. Anyways, so you can find me on the tweeters. I'll be there. Earlier today, every Friday, we just started doing Facts on Friday. Today was kind of all over the place because I'm kind of all over the place today. But we did cover some good stuff. So you should definitely check that out on Fridays. I have Bitch with Comrade Misty every Wednesday. And it is very therapeutic. It's a lot of fun. I always feel a lot better after that show. So I'm really glad that I chose to do that show. It started as a joke and here we are. So I don't know who's coming on this Wednesday. I think Lucky's coming on this Wednesday and some other people. I just, the past few weeks, I've just been randomly sending out invites to whoever can make it. And then we just have weird ass conversations and bitch about things that bother us. So it's a good time. You should definitely check that out. And then obviously just the Facts on Ground. Oh, on Tuesday at noon, Facts on the Ground is going to have Piers Robinson on. We're going to do like a breakdown. We've had him on a couple different times. He's amazing. I love him. But we're gonna have him on. He's kind of a propaganda expert, so we're gonna like go back to the basics and like evaluate what propaganda is, how it's used, how you can recognize it. We're gonna go through some examples where we can kind of pick it apart, so that people can kind of get a feel for how you can.
Steve has to interject with something.
What?
Piers will be on Thursday morning too to go like point by point through the report that he just put out on the.
Yeah, he was on our panel discussion that we did, which I still can't believe I got to participate in. And I think we had him on one other time, but we also have like a working group going with a bunch of people who were on that panel. And we love him. So I'm very excited to have him back on Tuesday. And we're going to do like a breakdown of what propaganda is and how to recognize it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, obviously, help out Daniel with his North Carolina billboards if you can. He's doing a great job. If you're in the DC area, go to the protest tomorrow. And just get loud, tweet about it, talk to your family and friends about it, send emails and make phone calls and go hang up flyers, whatever you can do. We need lots more people to get involved in whatever way that you're able to do so. And that's all I got.
You have my endorsement to call all the officials there cunts.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, we don't care. We do not care. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what party you're affiliated with. I don't give a shit. I do not care at all. You are welcome to the Assange movement. All of you, everybody. Welcome aboard. Let's go. Andrew?
My name is Andrew Smith. You can find me on Twitter at Andrew Zigman.
Andrew's tired, you can tell.
At action_4 Assange. I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, I am too.
Good night, everybody.
We love you.
Love
Bye,
y'all.
guys.